So these are the 3 privet that I took off from the container, and I planted them here along the fence. So this will eventually grow as high as the fence, and there will be a hedge here, a green wall, so to say. So that will be a good thing. The soil is not good at all. I found some in the corner. This one is the soil that I dug out when I made a hole here. And then I used some of the substrate that I took off from the container that I'd like to use it as a composter, and mix it with some of that soil. And then I planted these 3 privets over here. So I would like to transfer this boxwood here. Needs more soil, and I would like to try to make this into a 2-tier topiary. So I'd like to look for a middle stem and try to grow that higher. It will take a while, but I think it's better if it's a 2-tier, so it grows higher here. And there's a blue pot here that I saw, a very big one, that I can probably use. So I tried to create symmetry over here with those 2 variegated boxwoods, and I underplanted it with something, I don't know what it is. I just divided it so both sides will have the same. And all the yellow flowers are now gone. I'd like to transplant it the other side of the garden. These are just now purple and pinks and some whites. And that's our dog, Christy. Hi, Christy. Sleeping. And I'm working the corner now, just transplanting flowers. And there's a boxwood there that doesn't really look good, but I checked, there's still some juice in the main stem, so I'll just leave it. Maybe I can revive it. So I'm still working here, just trying to transplant some pink and purple flowering plants, annuals, and try to position them here. And then I'm done for today, and continue tomorrow, the other side of the garden. It's just too warm right now. Hello everyone, here's Rita. Good morning. This is now the 2nd day that I've been working here in my mom's garden, my sister's garden, and this is the new addition. It's a space to drink coffee in the mornings, just with 2 chairs, and I just moved some plants around, transplanted other stuffs in pots, and I didn't like to buy new plants because they are really pricey, and I just repotted some annuals here that would eventually start putting out more blooms, because I'd like to buy some organic liquid fertilizer. So there's some petunias, some pansies, and some zinnias over here. I will be adding some pillows. I just have to check my sister's pillows. She has quite a few, so I'll be checking which colors I'd like to add here. And this is the area where I worked on yesterday too, where I just created symmetry over here. I will be working on the raised bed, moving the raised bed today, at least trying to. And that is the raised bed that I'd like to move, so I have to empty it. So this pot will also be moved to the left side where all the blue pots are. And this is the new composter. I moved the lemon tree over here. I would like to repot this in a bigger pot just to give some shade to the composter here. Okay, so I'll go drink my coffee now and then start working. I'm quite shaky today, I don't know. So I started clearing up this area where I'd like to move the raised bed. And I also moved some plants around, like the zinnia that used to be in a shady place. So zinnias love it in full sun. And as you can see, it doesn't really look good because it was in a shady area. So I transplanted it there together with the lantana and yellow lantana, yellow zinnia, and the red pentas there. Pentas love it, I think, in bright but not in direct sunlight. So I might have to take out the pentas, the red pentas out of the pot. And there's another chrysanthemum there, a small one, that I'd like to transplant in a separate pot and put it someplace where there's no direct sun. So I will be moving more things around here, and we'll be positioning the raised bed in this area. There are two big blue containers, so I'll just leave them here, left and right, so there's some kind of symmetry. I like symmetry, especially with smaller gardens. I think it brings in a sense of peace. I don't know, I just like it that way. And just like I said, I might have to dig out the pentas here. They're in direct sun, they need a lot of water, and I'll probably put them in separate pots and put them someplace bright but no direct sun. And I just started moving this Coleus pot. It was also in the way. It was close to the blue pot there, and I need that space for the raised bed. So I'm transferring it over here under those two hanging baskets. So if I water the hanging basket, the Coleus get watered too, so it's not wasted. So I'll position it there, and I think it will look nice with the pansies that I also just transferred because it was in the direct sun, and the chrysanthemums here. Two chrysanthemums. I don't know what color is the one on the left. It just has flowering buds, but it didn't open up yet. I hope it's white or yellow, so it will look good here with all the yellows and the whites. There's always some kind of harmony, I think, at least. Okay, so I have to position this coleus now over there. I have to put down my camera because just like I said, I don't have a tripod. I just repotted the mint here in this separate pot because mint is very invasive, so I don't really like to mix it with other herbs because they'll take over and the others will just slowly die. So I put it here so it can thrive here, and there will be enough mint for their tea any time of the year. California is warm and sunny. In Germany it's raining and very cold right now, and I was thinking of some fall decorations, but I just can't do any fall decorations here right now. It's like summer. It is summer for me.